Oh hey, welcome. So today we are doing a DIY tutorial on seed starts. We're going to use stuff from home. I am currently a community health worker on the west side, but I'm visiting the beautiful Villa Coronado neighborhood. Anyway, let's check this out. So what I did was, with all the toilet paper that we were hoarding and with all the eggs that we were buying, I saved the toilet paper seeds, and I also saved my egg carton. And here I have a really nice dirt and compost mix that I just collected over the time. And I have my seeds. Check these seeds out. So we're gonna start these seeds because these are, I guess, pretty easy starts. But we have summer squash, we have basil, we have these flowers, cucumbers, and these are all really good for making a good, nice little snack whenever you're hungry during the times of the global pandemic.
And you have to have some flowers to brighten things up around
Yes,
the house
yes.
too.
We're probably trying to eat these flowers too. No, I don't know. Are they edible?
I don't think
Oh,
so
okay,
either,
whatever.
but they're pretty.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna start. So get your toilet paper roll, and what we're gonna do is, so that you can see this is already used up. We're gonna cut little slits into the bottom, right? So cut little slits into the bottom, and then we're gonna fold it. So this is just folding it in so that it has a bottom. Now the beautiful thing about these toilet paper rolls is that once the seed is already started and a nice little plant comes out, right, you can just put this into the ground. So, right, I did my little bottom. I'm gonna fill it with dirt. Just enough so there's room for a seed, right? Boom, right? And then we're gonna put it here with all the other ones. Check this out. I have a whole bunch of them here, already prepared. So let's do it one more time, just so y'all can see. So I'm gonna cut slits on the toilet paper and fold it in. Right? Just kind of push it to have this reinforcement. Then we're gonna put the dirt in there. Then we're gonna add it to the rest of the family. Here you go. This is where you're gonna live for a little while. And as you can see here, I'm using stuff that's all I had in the kitchen, right? So this is a tray, a little kitchen tray. And I'm also thinking that, like, I don't know, like when I put it out in the sun, like it might even help reflect a little bit on it, you know? It kind of has the sun. So also, should we do the egg carton? Let's do the egg carton. Okay, so now we're also going to work with the egg cartons, and I'm saying, I'm not really teaching y'all anything. Like, this is something that you guys already probably know, but this is a good reminder to start doing this now. That way, in a couple months, or maybe 3 to 4 months, we might have some actual food to eat. We don't have to go to H-E-B and crowd all the lines up and stuff. So, also, I'm from the hood, and like sometimes we couldn't afford the special carton eggs, and we would just buy these in bulk. And you can also use this too. Of course, I know that styrofoam isn't very environmentally friendly, but once our plants are grown, we can take them out, plant them in the ground, and we still eat the food, making the food, and using what we have. So this is do-it-yourself, DIY. So I'm gonna also put this in this tray too, because I didn't have enough toilet paper roll things to. And it just so happens that it fits perfectly right here. So I'm gonna add dirt to this thing. So just put the dirt. And then we can clean it up. We'll just add dirt right now and we'll clean it all up. But it's like filling up an ice tray, you know, you gotta like move it around. Okay, so we'll just move the dirt. You can give each one of these a little space. And then we'll clean up around there, because also at the end, whenever these things are ready and the seeds are kind of growing out of here, right? Like you can cut And we can take this little pod off and we just throw that right into the ground. So here we go. Our tray is ready. Now we should plant some seeds.
Okay, so now we're all ready to plant our seeds. We have all of our toilet paper rolls and our egg cartons filled up. These are the seeds that we're going to be starting. Cucumbers, we have 2 different varieties here. We have 2 different varieties of summer squash. We have the green zucchini and the yellow summer crookneck. And we have some basil so that we can have some herbs in our garden too. We lost the zinnias. Oh no, we're gonna do the zinnias too. Okay. So a little bit about seeds and the different sizes of seeds and like planting depths. So some seeds are a little bigger than others. These are the cucumbers. The squash seeds, as you can see, they're a little bit larger. And our basil seeds, they're gonna be teeny, teeny, tiny. Can you see those? Okay, so the larger the seed, the deeper it's going to go into the planting container. Let me just put these up. So we already went ahead and filled up most of these with cucumbers and with the green squash. I'm going to go ahead and show you for the cucumbers. You basically just want to make a little hole, like maybe like half of your finger, and just drop it in and just cover it up. For like some of the bigger seeds, like the squash, I like to go to like my first knuckle and just make like a little bit of a bigger hole and cover that up, like so. And we're just gonna go ahead and do these real quick. I got some holes already made. And we're just gonna drop a seed in each one. This is a quick way to do it. Instead of taking time to make the hole, put the seed and cover it, this is like the assembly line version. And it really helps when you have this tray set up like this. It makes it like really easy. Oops. And you can just go ahead and go back and cover them all up. Do you have any questions, Joaquin?
Yeah. So are you pressing the dirt really hard onto the seed?
No, I'm not pressing too hard on there. Basically, like I have a friend that they told me one time, you don't, especially like when you're like planting trees and stuff, you don't want to like give CPR to the tree when you're planting it, when it's in the ground. You know, you just kind of want to like lightly press the soil around. You don't have to like, you know, push it in like too hard, because you want that seed to be able to like emerge from the soil still, right? Okay, and then for like the basil, basically, since the seeds are so teeny, teeny, tiny, I just get like a few in my hand. So, I make like just little like scratches in the soil, basically. Like with this, you could even do like a little like furrow down the line. And then I just sprinkle like a little bit of seeds in each hole. With the other ones, I was doing one in each hole because I wanted them to have enough room to grow. But with these, you can do a few of them because you want to make sure that they come up. So you want to like just throw a couple of extra in there just in case. And then you can just sprinkle the soil back real lightly. And the last thing you want to do is just make sure you give it a good water it in real nicely. What I like to do actually, and that's what we've done here, is we start out with the soil that's like pre-moistened. That way, if you start out with soil that's really dry, when you try to water your seeds in, it can displace the seeds because there's just like water spilling everywhere. It's like not getting absorbed into the soil. But if it's pre-moistened, the water gets absorbed a lot easier and it won't displace your seeds. I'm gonna say something though, so I'm just using this old spray bottle. It was empty. I cleaned it out really well. I made sure that the water that was spraying through didn't smell like Miss Myers anymore, so that's another good way to recycle. I'm gonna move these out just so they don't get like too wet. And we're gonna put them back. And this is another way to water your seeds that won't displace them too much is with a spray bottle. Another thing you can do, especially with a tray like this, is you could put a little bit of water in the bottom, and it will kind of get absorbed up through the toilet paper roll. Hi, my name is Nadia, and I'm a community health worker in the Via Coronado community. We're here in front of the St. Francis Cabrini kitchen. The father here has graciously allowed us to use this space so that we could do some community education here remotely. So now we're going to show you how to, if you don't have the space to do a garden at home, how you can do a garden using some things that you might find lying around, or some people might have extras in your community. They have like buckets that you can get at Home Depot, or if you have a restaurant close by, you can see if they have any old food buckets. You know, they have pickle buckets, mayonnaise comes in the buckets, so you can just kind of see. The only thing that you want to make sure is that you're not using anything that had any like hazardous waste in it or any paint or anything like that, because you don't want it to contaminate what you're growing. So basically, the issue with the bucket, right, is it's solid on the bottom. It doesn't have any holes for the water to drain out. So that's what we're going to do now. If you don't have, I'm going to use a handy dandy drill. So if you don't have one, maybe like one of your neighbors has one, or a family member, and you can just borrow it and make them a couple of buckets in exchange, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and get started with this one. There's a couple of different things that you can plant in these buckets. Like some things won't work, like as far as like watermelons or anything like that would require a lot of space. But I like tomatoes are really good for this. Cucumbers work well. You could even do like carrots or things like that. Lettuces, any of your leafy greens works really well. And it's not too difficult. I mean, I'm not like the handiest person, but you just kind of have to put a little bit of pressure on it. Click this thing back and forth so that it's going in and going out. So it's basically like that. Here I have one that's already completed. So I just put like a good smattering of holes in there just to make sure that there's enough holes so that the water could drain out. And it's as easy as that. Now it's ready. We can fill it with some soil. Here I have, it's just a mix of some compost that I made at home with some potting soil that somebody gave me. You know, you can pick some stuff up. I think like the Home Depots and that are still going to be open, so no worries there. Or if you go to the SATX permaculture page, there's some people there that are offering if they have extra compost or things like that. So that's like a good thing to do, is to just like talk with your neighbors, talk with your contacts and see like, you know, what do you have to offer, what can you trade, what can they trade with you, and you know, I think like if we all are in this together, we can really help each other out. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish filling that up. Oh, I forgot. So one of the really cool things that you can do in a bucket too is plant potatoes. So we're getting, it's a little bit late in the season for this, but I always say you can always try things out and experiment and see if it works. Why not? If you have like a potato that's growing out like this, you know, you might as well give it a shot. So basically, you're gonna cut it into pieces. You can do it in like thirds maybe. You just want to make sure that whatever pieces you're using have some eyes. The eyes of the potatoes where the little plants are going to start coming out of. So that one has a couple. When you put it into your bucket, you're going to put a little bit of soil on the bottom to start. And then you're going to plant it flat So it's good if you let it sit overnight and dry up. If you are really good with this stuff, you can get some rock phosphate from your local nursery and you can dip it in there and it kind of helps with that root development. Then you just put it there in the bucket like so. And you cover it up. You can use straw, hay, you can use soil, you know, whatever you got, organic matter wise. And you just cover it up, and basically in a matter of days you're going to see some vegetation growing out of that. As soon as you see the vegetation growing up, you're going to cover it with a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more until the bucket's full. The plant's going to grow up out of it, and when the plant dries out and falls over, that's when it's ready to harvest. And then you can just basically dump the bucket out and you're going to have a lot of potatoes growing in there. So it's a really cool, easy way to grow potatoes at home without having to put it into the ground. So what I'm going to do though with this one is, I'm going to go ahead and fill up the bucket that we made. And I have some lovely started. So in a couple of weeks, when our starts are ready and coming up like this, you can put them in these buckets. So, but this is the fast forward. So I have a little tomato plant. When you're taking them out, you just want to be gentle, kind of squeezing the container. You wiggle it out. I had a teacher tell me never to grab them really by the stem because you can like close off the, you know, the supply of water to the plant and stuff. So, but if you're just really gentle, I think it works. You just kind of want to break up the root ball a little bit so that the little plant knows that it can stretch its legs. Make a little hole. So the tomatoes are cool, so you can plant those actually deeper than the depth that it was in the pot. Most things you just want to plant them up to this depth, like so. But with the tomato, you can plant it a little bit deeper because it'll start growing roots out of the side and it'll make it really strong, especially if it's leggy. You can do that and it'll be really strong. And that's it. There you go. Your container garden is ready to go.